Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just wanna mourn and run because the fun is all gone. But sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you. Sometimes life makes you blind and you choose something bad. You just wanna cry and hide and save your face from the crowd. But sometimes life makes you see the beauty in you and me. When you look up above, there is God and there is love. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new. We're here to help you see the newness of life. We're here to help you feel your hope is so real. You got the power to see. We'll help you see the new you. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome to the new channel. We're here to help you see the new you. My name is Michelle Mras, and welcome to Mental Shift. Good evening to the United States and to the Philippines. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 25 of Mental Shift. Tonight, my guest is Mamie-Jean Lamley. She is committed to moving servant leaders from invisible to invincible. She stands for culture and tradition while integrating innovation, industry disruptive technologies, and personality science to build trust, create lasting relationships, and shaping a community where people are people-focused and profit-driven. She's a top-level certified trainer for the CODEBREAKER Technologies, which is the only methodology in the world scientifically validated to predict buying behavior in less than 90 seconds. Please welcome my friend, my mentor, and my Filipina who can't speak Tagalog either, raised out in Hawaii, my friend, Mamie-Jean Lamley. Please welcome Mamie. Mamie. She's not there. What happened? Well, I have to tell you a little bit of story about Mamie because she's kind of I blame her for a lot of my path here. You see, she was the one who helped me get into radio. There was a radio station in Colorado Springs looking for hosts for their station. And she's the one who connected me with the radio station to get me on KCMJ 93.9. And that's where Mental Shift originally started as Conversations with Michelle on 93.9. It was a station here in Colorado Springs, which eventually developed into a podcast called Mental Shift and is now here on TNC, Mental Shift. And so Mamie has been she is my mentor. She is also someone who helped me develop my speaking around the world. She brought me to a thing called Women's Economic Forum out in New Delhi, India. And my life has transformed from that one event with the radio station and then astronomically through the Women's Economic Forum and the impact that we have around the world as a group of empowering and empowered women. Now, if I can welcome Mamie, I think she's back. Is she back? Come on in. Come on in. There you are.
There we go.
There you are. I was bragging on you for a little bit.
Oh my goodness. Thanks for bragging on me, Michelle.
So Mamie is actually from Colorado Springs, just like me, but she's out visiting out in San Diego, California. And that's what's so magical about our new world. We can be anywhere around the world and talk like we're next door to each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. Michelle.
So I have just kind of bragged about the whole, you getting me on the radio station and then bringing me, dragging me out to India and helping me develop the speaker that I am today. You helped me with the confidence that, I knew I was a speaker. I knew I was pretty decent, but I didn't realize the power of my words until I went to a whole nother country and spoke to thousands of women. And Harbin was just an amazing leader, and she still is. And can you share a little bit more about how did you get into all this? Because you are a mover and shaker, and you keep growing powerful women within you. You get this tribe, and you just keep lifting all of us up. You're just amazing at it. What makes you you? Where did you come from?
I was, if you met me a few years ago, not few, I'm actually tons of years ago. I hail from Hawaii. I am a Filipina, Hawaiian, Japanese mixture. And that one thing that my father taught me, and that was, Michelle, that we have places to go, people to see, and so much things to do. And the ability for us to make a difference in the world doesn't start with me sitting on the couch. And so that's where it all started. My father hails from Ilocos Norte. So he is from the Philippines. I have not had the opportunity to connect with my what do they call kababayans there, because I have been in Hawaii, and then my job took me all over the world. And then I found the opportunity to work with women all over the world, helping them to find their passion and then speak it into existence. So, you gave me a lot of credit, Michelle. I want you to understand that you already owned it. I just found you a vehicle to actually step into and shine. And you did it all by yourself. You did it all by yourself, but we were there as your tribe, yes?
Yes, you gave me the support that I needed when I was afraid. You know, I mean, to go to India on the other side of the world while I'm going through my whole cancer journey, that was terrifying. But to be with you and the rest of the women, knowing that I was safe with all of you. And I have difficulty calling you by your name because we were calling you mommy while we were in India. Right? We were all just, hey, mom, what are we doing now? Hey, mom.
Oh my God. That was the beauty of it, Michelle. I know for 97 women said yes to the challenge. 27 of us said, we'll meet you in New Jersey. And that's where the journey began for you. I know that. And for Dee Dee. And for many other women who had that passion. They just needed a vehicle to speak it into existence. And for you, Michelle, I don't know if you all know this, but Michelle, she can sing it into existence because this woman has a beautiful voice. And her voice comes from deep within that soul. And that's what I saw, Michelle, when I first met you, was the ability to see through the pain that you were in at that time. Who would have thunk it? You got on a plane with us and you were going through treatment for cancer. That is priceless. There's nothing that I can pay anyone for that kind of drive and passion. And you know what's amazing, Michelle, is that inside of us, every single one of us, there is a voice and a passion just waiting to be released. All we need is for someone to see it and to hear it, and then give us an opportunity to then begin to transform lives.
Indeed. And that's where I got a lot of that message is from you, was that it's in you. No one needs to be empowered. It's there. Just let it out. Be the best version of you. That's where I started saying that, was when I was with our tribe in India. And just the experience of meeting all these women from around the world. If you have not heard of the Women's Economic Forum, Google it, or just search one of us, and we are connected to that. It is a global community, and men and women, but just phenomenal place to be connected and to lift and become a whole nother person. Yes, I do sing, didn't I? I sang on stage out there.
Yes,
I think
you did.
One of the things I did. I sang on one of my speeches. So, Helene, yes, I will sing eventually, just because it's part of my nature.
Yes.
And I do. You were one of the first women who said, I believe in you. Go. And when you put us on that stage, I remember that one time you're like, I've got this bank code here. Take this letter. And I want you to talk about it. I went, what's that? And so you explained it to me and we talked about it. I'm like, oh, I know what that is. I understand that. And so that bank code changed my life there too. Because I only knew just a fragment of what you shared with me. And then I went to the training and I use bank code quite consistently in everything I do. And I do want you to go into what is bank code, because you are masterful at that. And I wanted to follow you in your footsteps, but my path took me another way. Can you explain what bank code is? Because I don't think people know what it is. A lot of people need to know what it is.
For me, bank code logically stands for Blueprint Action Nurturing and Knowledge. It is a personality assessment that was created by the genius Sherry Tree.
Yep.
And the reason why I have been with Bank for the past 9-10 years is because Bank saves lives. It saves lives. It helps women to step into their power. It helps us to language and what we call shift into understanding what's important to other people. We work with a lot of, you and I, right, Michelle? We work with a lot of different personality assessments. And the personality assessments that we work with are awesome. They are based in psychology. With the bank code, we actually are based in what we call biology. How many of you understand biology? Biology is this. Why do you buy? Why do you say yes? And why do people buy into you? We learn about how people attract and then they attack. With bank, we're able to actually shift into languaging and to the knowledge set where if we understand what's important to you, I can then just take off my glasses and put your glasses on, and then I can go from that perspective. You know, we say walk in someone else's shoes. Well, with bank, we get to walk in someone else's values. And that's how we get to work with people.
It's huge. It's amazing. If you want to learn more about bank, I want you to connect with Mamie. But also, she gave us a free gift to give out, and it is bank code. Wait, we'll put it in the chat. But the free gift is crackmycode.com/empower you. It's right there underneath the screen. But go to crackmycode.com/empower you. You will learn stuff about yourself. You'll get a little assessment, and then you can connect with Mamie and learn more about it. Now, it's free, so just go do it, because it is a life changer when you realize that. I always talk about perspective. You learn how to read the perspective of other people before they start talking. And I've been accused of being a little psychic, but it's what I'm doing is I'm using bank code so quickly that it has changed the trajectory of my entire career. So check with Mamie and get to that crackmycode.com/empower you and connect, because it will change your life. It will change your business, and it will change how you do business and who does business with you. And I want to go deeper into that when we come back after our first break. Okay, we're going to go on break a little teeny tiny bit early. And then when we come back, I want to go deep into bank code, and you can give us examples, and so people realize what these different colored glasses you're talking about will be. Okay?
Sure.
Okay, don't leave me, and we'll be right back right after this break. Welcome back to Mental Shift. My name is Michelle Mras, and I want to share with you a few listings of our TNC live streams. And keep in mind that they're all given in Philippine time. We invite you to watch all of our shows live or replays. U-Turn TNC The Talk, Awesome Day, The Home Buyer, The Poppet Stories, Mondays at 5:30 p.m., The Big Picture, Mondays through Fridays at 7:15 p.m., The Millennial Voice, Mondays at 8:30 p.m., Foreign Affairs, Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m., HR Hotline, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at noon, Moving on Business, Well Home, Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m., Money and More, Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m., Philippines, and 5:30 a.m., USA. Cybernext is also another show. So check out our page on Facebook or YouTube by searching the hashtag TNC Now and enjoy these inspiring shows because we made them for you. And we'll welcome back. Thank you so much to all of our live watchers. Thank you so much for being there. I see Marcel and Helene and Michael. Yep. Please share this live stream with your friends right now because it is an amazing show. This lady that is here right now, Mamie, she's my hero. She's done a lot for me. And she's as busy as I am. Actually, she's busier than me. So we live in the same town and we never get to see each other. That's how busy we both are. And real quick, I want to say, I'm going to sing Mamie back. Welcome back to the mental shift that you started out.
Oh, Michelle, you just touched my heart, girl. I love it. I love it.
Oh, I love that you've been able to join me. And I think it's hilarious that we only live a couple miles away, but we only connect in other countries or online.
That's the beauty of what we do, though, Michelle. And we know that when we're traveling, we're making that difference.
Yes.
And that ripple effect that we promise to be making in the world, we're doing.
We are.
Yes.
We are.
And we're doing it together. That's the beauty.
Yes. And I can't wait to get back together with Women's Economic Forum. We call it WEF, W-E-F. I can't wait to get back with that enormous group of inspirers, really, because it shifted my life. It shifted my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And just like learning bank code shifted my mindset. Now, can you go a little deeper into to bank code so people understand what it is? Because there's a book out there about it. I mean, there's training you can go to. Because I think if this was in the Philippines, especially, it would be high impact because it's not there.
You know, it's amazing. And the reason why, like I said, I do bank is this. In my lifetime, we've used bank to change lives. We've used bank to save marriages.
Mm-hmm.
We've used bank to allow children to be seen and heard. And, you know, to give you an idea of what the 4 different personalities would look like really quick. How many of you have people in your life that are organized? They are on time. They go by the rules. They think inside of the box. And they demand for details and proficiencies. And they command your attention. How many people in your lives are like that? Well, that's what we call a blueprint. And if you're late, they don't want to do business with you. If you come over budget, they don't want to do business with you. And so when you are looking at the different personalities, it's what's important to them that we then need to shift how we speak, how we act, how we show up. The second personality in our bank methodology is called actions. These are the movers and the shakers, the millionaire makers. You can hear them before you see them. They're the ones who love showing up on red carpets. And for them, the party doesn't start until they show up. And with Michelle, she's part action and she's also part nurturing. And for the action personalities, it's not about the details. It's not about organization. It's about tell me the bottom line. Don't give me details. Give me the bottom line. Tell me the sizzle. What's in it for me? The third personality is truly Michelle and I. So all of you go like this. This is what we do. We have that heart, right, Michelle? And the nurturing personalities are all about that love. The love of people, the love of relationships, the love of community. And this is where Michelle and I excel. We believe that every person has a story, and that story needs to be told. And so as nurturers, we are constantly collecting what we call coin speakers who have a story to tell, just need a platform to tell it on. And so for nurturing personalities, those are the ones that don't care about the money. They care about the relationship and the impact that they're going to make in the world. The fourth personality that we talk about, their value sets, they're called knowledge. And their value sets is all about the intellect. It's about the logic. It's about accuracy. It's about self-mastery. And we are all four personalities. And if we understand every single personality as a whole, we begin to see that when we are speaking our truth, when we're sharing our stories, when we are self-mastering, we need to understand who's in front of us, because every personality gets turned off by something. And if we understand what's important to them or what turns them off, we know what language is going to come out of our mouth. And so, yes, Michelle, sometimes we get mistaken for, do you have an 8-ball in your purse? Yes. But it's all about understanding who that person is. This is the one thing that I learned about Bank, Michelle, is this. Every human being wants to be heard and they want to be seen. And if we show up that way in our life, when we can hear and see people, we can truly understand what's important to them. My goodness, we can go so far. We can up level. We can take businesses to the next level, corporations to the next level. But most importantly, we get to see the people for who they are. And I don't know if you remember this, Michelle, but remember we did a program called Parent-Tween.
Yes.
And you remember what impact we had on that 12-year-old boy who was a knowledge student. His mom was in action. Mom was all about the show and the glitter and the glamour, right?
Yeah.
And all he wanted to do was read a book, play his video game. He didn't want to be the star of the football team. He just wanted time to himself. And when we gave the opportunity for him to give his mom one message, remember, that one message was, we asked him, so if you could tell mom one thing that could help her and your relationship to grow to the next level, what would that be? And he says, well, I don't know. And he looked at his mom, and the mom started teary-eyed because she wasn't sure what he was going to say, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, I would really love if my mom would listen to me more and understand that I do love to read, and it's okay for me to spend time in my own space. And this is the other thing he said. I asked him, so you play football and lacrosse and all those different programs? He goes, yeah, I do it because it makes my mom and dad happy.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
I remember that. That was life-changing for that family.
Yes. And at that point, we were able to explain to mom that as an action personality, her knowledge son felt unheard and not seen. Mm-hmm. And that if she would just listen a little more and be okay with him taking time away from others, that he would flourish in where he's at. And he was amazing. And yes. He says, oh, you mean I'm not broken? I said, no, honey, you're not. He goes, you mean I'm just a knowledge person? Remember?
I remember. He was so happy.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And that, for me, changed the world. Changed the world for me. Saw it in a very different light. And it's that information that we get to live into that makes our lives even bigger, better, and it makes communication and connection so much more important.
Exactly.
So much more important.
I mean, and I don't know if everyone else noticed it, but Mamie changes her tone of her voice when she spoke about each of the different personality types. So she was very methodical when she said the blueprint. She spoke a little faster when she talked about action. With nurture, she got really soft when she spoke, and with knowledge, she went back to that precision. And so there's a lot to go with bank code. It's just a phenomenal thing to learn and to understand about yourself, and to get the assessments so you can see people in your own family and understand why there's such a disconnect. So like with me, my husband's a blueprint. He's a very high blueprint. I'm a very high knowledge. And so he wants precision, and I want to take care of people. And I don't care about precision. I want to take care of people first. And he's like, well, we need to get these in boxes. I do. No, the people need to get on the boat. And he's like, but the boat, so we were having these clashes, but with the bank code, we realized it's funny. We can shift to each other. And so our relationship is stronger because we know how to do the quick shifts when we're having these conversations. And I do, wait a minute, you're not catching what I'm saying. Or he says the same thing, he'll do, oh, that's where you're going. So we can balance each other out. Blue, boy, yeah. You have the same thing. Your husband's like me, high knowledge, high blueprint. So it's beautiful to see relationships flourish, like that little boy and his mom. His mom was in tears, and he was in tears of joy. And then there were so many other people in that room doing the same thing, that's why my child, that's why my husband, or that's why my spouse. We were in this room changing lives so fast with this bank code, and no one else had really described the way we did it to them, the way we shared it. And that's why I keep saying, you got to check out this bank code, okay? Because it changes lives, especially when you learn it better. It'll change your life.
Well, it helps us. It helps us in our life. It helps us in our speeches. It helps us in our conversations.
On your social media.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Everything. Yeah. In your when you write your job description or your bio, it helps in that. I mean, by it's so detailed. I mean, what Sherry created is simply just genius. Can you say simple genius? But it's genius. Because it's like, it looks so obvious once she puts it all together, and you're like, why did I figure that out? And it's just brilliant. And as you learn more about it and you connect with Mamie, you'll see how it can change your life. People say, oh, all those personality things are all the same. No, they're not. They can all be about the same, but this one takes it another notch. And that's why people can, think that we have an 8-ball and we're reading fortunes or something, because that's how sharp bank code can help you once you develop that skill.
Absolutely. Thanks for letting me share that, Michelle.
Oh, no, I'm a big proponent of it. I love it. And I still have my little cards that I carry with me. I have my little bank code cards with me, just in case sometimes people are hard to read. So it's like,
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But, Rita's an ANKB, she says.
Ah. Oh, hello, Rita.
Good job. So, and thank you for joining us, Pearl and Jen and Susan. Wow, there's sorts of people popping on. So, what else do you want to share about bank code? Because, I mean, do we want to go into, I don't know, more about you and your life? And, you've gone through some serious life journeys. You're in a lot of books. Want to share more about bank code, or do you want to go into all the things you're doing? Because you make me look like I'm not doing anything.
No. Michelle, if they go on to crackmycode.com/empower you, they'll get more information. And if they want more info from that, we can connect on that. Okay. What I would love to talk more about is that journey, the journey that we're both on, Michelle, the journey of making that difference. Both of us have survived. No, I'm going to say we're not surviving. We are thriving. We are thriving from cancer.
Yes.
And for both of us, it's that ability for us to know that there's bigger things for us to be doing in this lifetime. And I think for many people, I want them to also understand that, when we can find the passion inside that burns and we can share it out into the world, our light combined with other lights begin to shine. And when we begin to shine together, that's when change happens.
Supernova.
Yes, transformation takes place. And I know you and I have experienced that. So that would be another route that we could actually go into. Because
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. You know me. I love conversations.
Oh, definitely. I have my quote from Maya Angelou that I love to say, because it's my mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. I love that quote because it kind of encompasses what we do. It's like, live big, live you, live true, and don't apologize for anything about you. You be the best you, and let's go. And that's how I felt when I was with you traveling around and when we were doing our stuff together. And it's just, yeah. And that's that light. It's that light that so many of us we keep putting out because we don't want to step in front, and we want to apologize for being too loud or being too whatever. And it's like, no, that's you. You. And only being the best version of you every day is how we bring our light into the world. Stop putting out your candle. Stop putting a shade up on your lamp. Shine bright. And that's one of the things that you especially helped me learn. I went to India and I was so embarrassed about wearing any of the Indian garb, because it was so elaborate and pretty and shiny. And I honestly didn't think myself worthy of wearing it. It's just too beautiful. And then all the other ladies, oh no, that looks beautiful. And it was like, I have never felt so elegant. I felt like a queen, a princess. I felt like I belonged on the top of a cake. It was so unreal. And there was this power, this standing up tall that came with wearing that. And I remember thinking, this is how I want to walk. And it's how I want to carry myself. And a lot of the other women were feeling the same way. We're all like, I feel so stately. I'm not going to apologize anymore. And it all came from that, be you. Love you. Yes.
Step into you.
Step into the real.
That's right. There's a word that we sometimes misunderstand. It's intimacy. And we talked about that as we were preparing to get up on stage. Intimacy, when it's broken down, is into me, I see. And when we can live into who we truly are, unapologetic, right, Michelle?
Yep.
Unapologetic. We have the ability to bring in more leaders. That's one of my mottos. We're not looking for leaders. We're not looking for followers. We're looking for more leaders. Leaders who are willing to stand beside us and know when to take that reign to go forward. And Michelle, you are one of them. You are one of them.
I just needed someone to give me permission to be me.
Yeah. And that empowerment that you stepped into, oh my goodness, heartwarming. Because you went on to do a radio show. You went on, we sang in front of 2,000 plus people, but it was streaming out to over 150 countries and to over 100,000 people. Now that's what we call ripple effect.
Oh, man.
And the ability, yes. And the ability for us to share who we are, that little things that we can do to share out is just amazing. And you were one of 17 that came home not only an international award-winning speaker, you came home an iconic woman, didn't you?
Yeah,
You got an Icon Woman Award.
I think I did.
Yes, you did. Iconic Woman Award.
Yeah, it was just to meet all the women from around the world and see that although we're from different cultures and different places, we had the same problems, we had the same issues, we had the same fears, the same worries, and to bring us all together and to share those intimate thoughts by thinking into ourselves and you know what? I'm not alone. We aren't alone. Yeah. Powerful, powerful, powerful. You got me grinning ear to ear because it was such a life-changing place for me to be. And here I was going through the middle of my breast cancer journey, wondering if I was a woman, and then going into India and finding all these other women who loved me for me. And my shell didn't matter. It was me, my heart. And it was like, I can do this. I mean, and that's really a lot of my, when I went to Bangalore next, I met my friend Shri Nagaraju. And she's like, why are you so timid? Why are you holding back? I said, I'm not timid. And she's like, you're holding back. And so we talked about it, and it came out was I was struggling with who I am as a woman because of my breast cancer. And then I was having conflict because I felt so powerful and so light. I so felt full of light. And she helped me put all that together. And I went, I am me.
Yes.
Yeah. India was life-changing for me.
Absolutely.
But, oh, I forgot.
Yes.
We have to break for a commercial. I want you to think about what you want to share with the audience for the last about 10 minutes we have left. And we'll go to commercial, and we'll come back and we'll get a little deeper into what you want to share and what you want to leave them with so that they can connect and have them think about something. Okay.
Okay.
I'll be right back after this break. Please don't leave me and stay tuned. Hello, and you are watching Mental Shift with Michelle Mras. We have a listing of the rest of our original shows here on TNC. Remember, I'm giving you times, but they're all in Philippine time. So please watch our original lives or replays. First one up, Healthline, then Couple Goals, Win Within, Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m., Market Leader, TNC Express, Thursdays at 11 a.m., YOLA, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m., Negocio at Home, Fridays at noon, Tech U, TNC Marketplace, Fridays and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m., COVID Stories, Saturdays at 10:30 a.m., Realty Realities, they always mess me up at that. Saturdays at 4 p.m. Danny Art Show, After Shift, Women at Work, The Family Business, Usapang Beauty, The Fourth Project. Catch also the TNC specials. One day, TNC Arena, TNC PressCon, and TNC Town Hall on Saturdays at 7 p.m., co-hosted by the TNC founders, Lloyd and Apple. Now, Town Hall is where we talk to you, our valued audience. Now, it's never too late for a mental shift, and that's what you are watching right now with Michelle Mras, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time in the United States, Wednesdays and Fridays at 9:30 a.m. in the Philippines. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and please be sure to share this show. So for more upcoming shows, follow the hashtag TNCNail on Facebook and YouTube, and allow your passion to inspire you, and together let us hashtag see the new you. I'm so glad you joined us tonight because my friend Mamie, and she is my mentor and I look up to this lady. She's wonderful. Please welcome Mamie back.
Oh, Michelle, thank you so much.
I'm going to get the gang back together.
We will. 2022, WEF Egypt.
Really?
We are doing Mission Millions. Mission Millions, we're looking for 1 million women to join hands so that the United Nations can recognize us as a bona fide body. 1 million, 1 million women. So Mission Millions. More information, you can go to WEF.org.
WEF.org. Okay, sounds good. I'm in. Egypt 2022.
Yes.
We'll get the band back together. So what would you like to share with the audience? And then we can talk a little bit more about whatever, but I know when you speak, we're gonna expand on it. So I want to know, what would you like the audience to think about?
How about if I give them a nugget and a different perspective on how to answer a question that they get asked every day? Okay. And that question is this: what do you do? I want to shift that, Michelle, and I want them to understand. Anytime someone asks you, what do you do? I want you to take a deep breath and don't tell them what you do. Tell them what you stand for. What do you stand for? You want to transform lives? This is the one way that you can do it. You want to be unapologetic. If someone asks you, hey, Michelle, what do you do? I want you to answer in this route. It's not, what do I do? How's about if I tell you what I stand for? What I stand for. And the reason why I want you to shift that is because when you're asked, what do you do? The first thing that comes to mind is all you tell them is, oh, I'm a teacher. I'm a realtor. Those answers don't tell anyone who you are. And so I'm going to encourage you, when someone asks you again, hey, Michelle, what do you do? I want you to hear the question, Michelle, what do you stand for? And this is how I want you to answer them. I want you to fill in this blank. I am committed to, or I stand for. For me, I am committed to touching the lives of servant leaders, 21 million of them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it in this lifetime, but guess what? It's a legacy that is so big that I get to fit other people's dreams in it. And when you can dream so big, you'll be able to put other people's dreams in it too. And so when you get asked what you do, I want you to tell people what you stand for so that they know who you are and what you're committed to.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That's a challenge. I would love to challenge all the people in the Philippines, all the people in the United States of America. What do you stand for? What's your biggest why? Because when you get that so clear, you'll be able to transform and change lives. You'll get to live a life that's unapologetic.
Yes. Yeah, my answer is, I'm committed to help people stop apologizing for what they're not, embrace who they are today, and improve and be the best version of themselves every day, unapologetically. Yeah, I love it. Because people do, whoa, how do you do that?
Absolutely. And sometimes we need to be audacious. We got to be extreme. In order for us to take and up level anyone, we need to be in that position where we play big, we're bold, we're brave. And when we can step out and say that, we begin to change lives.
Oh, yeah.
Because if we can do it, someone else can. Yes, Michelle?
Yes. And when they see us do it, it gives them permission inside their head that, hey, if they can do it, I can do it. And that's why we live the way we are. It's like, yes, we've gone through cancer journeys. Yes, it's been kind of difficult. But yes, we keep moving to give back, to be committed to something bigger than us.
Yes.
A legacy of, Rita put she says, Rita Valdez says, oh, I can't say your name, Rita. There it is. Grillo. I love educating and empowering others. As an activator, I help others find their passion and pursue with purpose, and family over everything.
Wow.
Thank you so much. And Leap says, hi.
Oh.
But no, that's a wonderful shift. So for those of you, just in case you missed it, write it down. Instead of saying, what do you do? When someone asks you that, change it to what I stand for, and then answer with, I am committed to, or I stand for. And then that way you concise what you really are, your essence. And it doesn't matter how many avenues it comes out. That's what you do, and that's why you do it. Very powerful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, I knew you were going to give something we would talk about.
What's that?
I said, I knew you would give us something to talk about. Let's give us something to talk about. But that's really what that is. That's also a bank thought process, because you're talking to multiple personalities right there, because there's directness to it with the B. It's very action oriented. I'm committed. For the A, the nurture is that whole what I stand for part is what the nurturer wants to hear. And then the knowledge wants to know, what do you stand for? The knowledge really wants that answer from the get-go. So by answering that way, you appeal to all 4 personality types.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the key. The key is to get that next conversation. The key is to get the next high stakes conversation. And for those of you who don't get it yet, we are all in sales. The bottom line is we are all in sales. And the secret is sales is a people game. So if you don't like sales, substitute it for influence. Be that influence. Be that empowered leader that will influence. And keep this in mind. We can't motivate anyone. They have to find their own motivation. And so let's start with what you're committed to. Because when you commit to something, there's movement behind it. When you commit to something, you know that there's a reason for you to take that next step. So what are you committed to? What do you stand for? And answer it from here, not from here. Drop down into here, because people will feel and they will see and feel you. And that's the connection and the rapport that is needed in today's society, especially now that we're coming out of COVID. Yes, Michelle?
Yeah.
It's that wanting to belong, to be seen and to be heard.
And you almost quoted Maya Angelou again, where she said, well, she says, people will remember how you make them feel.
Yes.
And so by knowing the different personality types and answering to those, and that's not manipulation, that's speaking another person's language. Get that through your head, okay? This is not a bad thing. Miscommunication happens when we're all talking at our own levels and won't meet. Bank code helps you meet. And that's why it saves families, it saves lives, it increases business, it increases sales. Increased sales isn't not a bad thing, okay? Increased sales means you are meeting someone's need.
Yes.
It's a good thing. Rita likes Maya Angelou too. But, really, and that's why I wanted you to share your tidbit, because your tidbit is huge. And what do I stand for? Remember to change that. As we start coming out of COVID and we have more meetings in person or all these virtual meetings, people do, so what do you do? And people say, I'm an accountant, or 20 people say, I'm a speaker. Be the one that stands out. Be the one that is, I stand for, or I'm committed to. You will be remembered. That will pull you out of the crowd, and that will help you make the difference that you want to make in the world. Okay, Miss Ma'am. What else? Any other tidbit? Because we've got 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
No, a whole 5 minutes.
A whole 5 minutes. Well, let's talk a little bit more about not being to be unapologetic, to step into that power. Okay, so let's add one more tidbit or one more nugget to the I am committed to. How's that? Oh,
Okay,
I love it. One more nugget. After you tell people what you are committed to or what you stand for, I want you to add 2 more fill in the blanks. The second fill in the blank is, you can count on me. You can count on me. So you tell them what you stand for, then you tell them what they can count on you for. And the third part, and this is going to be so simple for those of you who do sales or love to influence. The third part is this: I invite you. So you went from, this is what I'm committed to, this is how you can count on me, and I invite you to take that next look. So simple. And that's your invitation to others in the world to learn more about who you are, what you stand for, and how you're going to make that difference in the world.
And even more so, you can count on me. What's in it for them?
That's right.
And I invite you to open the door.
Yes. Open the door for that next conversation, for that sale, for the next iteration of business. So simple. And you stand in who you truly are. You
unapologetically.
Unapologetically, Miss Michelle. And it's transformation. It's transformative.
It is.
When you're able to stand there and tell people what you are committed to, and that when you commit, you're willing to do this. You're willing to do this. It's a bold promise. And the bold promise then leads into, join me on this journey. Just like you did, Michelle. Join me on this journey.
You invited me.
Absolutely. And that's the power.
Sincerity. And sincerity. It's that truth.
Yes.
That emitted from you, that I knew you were committed to be my guide, to be there for me and not let me fall, and not drive, put me astray. And that you invited me to take a huge step in a direction. It was like a cliff. I had no idea what was next, but I believed you. I knew you wouldn't let me down because of the way you use these words. You were very sincere. So if you're not sincere, don't use those words. But because here's the other thing, is people can feel insecurity, insincerity. So when Mamie told me those words, I went, I'm in. I will follow you anywhere. I trust you. And there was a bond that was built so fast that there's a tribe of us that we all stick together. We will support each other no matter what we do. And that's the power of being unapologetic, being authentically you. There's no secrets. It's who we are.
That veil comes down, and this is who shows up. Yes?
Yes. Well, I'm so glad we had this time together. Because I do love you and I do miss you. And I'm just insane that we meet on other sides of the world in different ways. But it's who we are. We are spreading that love, turning on those lights, removing those veils from as many people as we can, because that's our gift.
Mhm.
And as Rita says, that aloha spirit. I may not be Hawaiian, but I'm mistaken for Hawaiian all the time.
All the time.
Yes. So thank you, everyone, for joining us on this live. Please share this with a friend because you really need to share this bank code with more people. People need to know more about it. And just these nuggets that Mamie shared at the very end, you need to listen to the whole show to get to it. So make sure they watch the show. And again, this is Mental Shift. My name is Michelle Mras. Please connect with me, connect with Mamie. We've got all of our websites and our links coming up on here. So connect with us and get to know the best version of you. As TNC says, we're here to help you see the new you. And join and look at other shows here on TNC because there is something for everyone. And it's just a wonderful family to be a part of. Again, thank you, Mamie, for being on the show. I hope you stay in backstage and wait for me for a little bit. And everyone, have a great week. Please join us on Mental Shift Tuesdays and Thursdays in the United States Mountain Time, 7:30, and in the Philippines, Wednesdays and Fridays at 9:30 a.m. And until next week, have a fabulous weekend. Oh.